Due to the success of my 13 things every player must own in GTA Online video, which was even blatantly ripped off by this Spanish dude not long after, I've decided to give you a further 13 more things every player must own in GTA Online. If you haven't watched the first 13 things, then the link for that video will be in the description, so do check that out. Before we get into it, don't forget to drop it a like and subscribe for the best GTA guides on the internet. So in no particular order, let's get to it. Everyone needs to own a bunker, but not just any bunker, the farmhouse bunker. If you're one of those people who swears by Chumash being the best location, every single person on the planet who has owned it before and switched to the farmhouse will stand up and tell you you're wrong. Not only is this the best location for delivering the excess weapons to an ammunition store, paying out $50,000 a pop, but it's also the best location for the main selling missions as well, as it's the most southern location of those in the middle of the map, so it has good access to everywhere. Another business that is linked to the bunker is the nightclub. Not only can you use other businesses to fill up your warehouse with a whole load of stock to sell on, but you can actually make even more, much easier money just from the nightclub being full of people. The best way to do this is by switching your DJs until you get the maximum popularity. Then doing nothing for 48 minutes, where you'll then earn an easy $50,000. Once your nightclub popularity starts to drop, just walk around inside for a bit until you get one of the little popularity missions, which not only boosts it back up again, but it will also pay you a further 10 Gs for the trouble. Or alternatively, just leave it for a few hours and return when your safe is maxed out to its $250,000. Next up is one of my favourite weapons, and that's the assault shotgun. There is no more brutal firearm to have in close combat against a load of enemies than this thing. Able to kill NPCs and other players in either 1 or 2 quick blasts, this shreds through pretty much everyone. The range is also very good for a shotgun, and headshots are still pretty easy to get using this. If you add on the extended clip, it can then hold up to 32 rounds in one magazine, which is 4 times as much over the usual 8, so you're unlikely to get caught out before everyone is dead. Next up is the Acid Lab. Upon completion of the 6 first dose missions and then another 10 Dax Fooligan jobs, which will all pay out a nice chunk of money between them, you end up getting an Acid Lab pretty much for free. This business is the solo player's wet dream, as regardless of how much stock you have to shift, it's always just one bike you'll be using. Selling a full lab worth of stock in a public lobby will see you earning upwards of $500,000, and with some of the easiest selling missions in the game. You probably all know about the Diamond Casino heist, which means you probably know about the High Roller outfit. This is a reward for collecting the 54 playing cards scattered around the map. Despite it being amazingly ugly, it does have a good benefit, and that is how it allows you to avoid doing an extra prep for the noose disguises during the group sex escape out of the casino, as you can get these outfits stashed in the laundry room for a clean getaway as a VIP, keeping your stealth status. This is a must-have for anyone who grinds the casino heist.
The only thing that matters is making it to your ride. Remember, they know the vault's been hit, but they don't know who you are or where you are. They have patrols sweeping the whole place, and all the civilians have been evacuated. So if they see you, they'll know it's you. So just stay out of their way, keep your cool, and get to the buyer.
There are a whole host of reasons to own the agency. Not only is it the only place we can start the Dr. Dre missions from, but you need one in order to do the quick cash grabs that are the payphone hits.
We got some trolls out there banding together to fuck with the stock price.
But there's more, as you can also make some quick cash by doing the security contracts. These pay out around $50,000 on average.
Hey, good work.
But the best part is, not only do you get paid for doing them, but they also add towards your agency's safe income. After you have completed 200 of these contracts, not only would you have earned yourself at least $10 million along the way, but you're now going to earn $20,000 every 48 minutes for life, without ever having to touch another contract again. The safe tops out at $250,000, so like the nightclub, you can just leave it to do its thing for a while, and then just collect the takings. But my favourite aspect of the agency is how it is the one-stop shop for all things guns and armour. You can upgrade your weapons and buy special ammo here, where you can also stock up on armour. You can customise your loadout in the weapons bay, and you can fill your boots with snacks as well, all within close proximity to each other. All of this makes the agencies one of the best possible locations to load into.
So what you looking for?
Agencies start at just over $2 million. We have our first car on this list, and it's the recently new Banshee GTS. Despite it being based on a car from the 2010s, this can get an HSW upgrade, and when you max it out, it becomes an absolute rocket, and is the fastest land vehicle in the game. It's hard to put into words how much faster this is over other regular sports cars, so here is a side-by-side against the former fastest car in the game, the Pariah. Its top speed even outstrips the rocket-powered Vigilante. Despite its ridiculous speed, it's surprisingly easy to handle. Starting at just under $2 million, there's no reason not to own the fastest land vehicle in the game. Owning a hangar at Fort Zancudo is an absolute must. Not only does owning a hangar here grant you access to the base without triggering a wanted level, but you can use it to run an air freight cargo business. But that is still not why I've put it on this list. It's there because it is a garage for all of your flying vehicles. How many you can actually store here depends on how big they are, with obviously more room on the floor for smaller aircraft. You also have storage out the back for even more. You can also turn a Pegasus aircraft into a personal one just by parking it inside. You are then able to add extra customization features to it that you wouldn't be allowed to do otherwise. My pick is Hangar 3497, starting at just over $2 million. Sticking with the hangar, and this next vehicle is one you'll definitely want to have in it, and that's the F-160 Raiju jet. Starting at just over $5 million, the Raiju is one of the most agile planes in the game, but also comes with blistering speed and G-forces, beating the Laser, the Hydra and the B-11 in speed tests. It also has insanely good air braking, making stopping on a dime a breeze. And of course, it has the VTOL function, allowing you to hover, and therefore you can land it pretty much anywhere, making it a top contender from getting from A to B over long distances. The front guns and homing missiles can do serious damage too, especially when using the stealth function to sneak up on your unsuspecting enemies. Another outfit you should be owning is the Mr. Right outfit. This is based on CJ from GTA San Andreas, and is unlocked after completing 30 Tier 4 challenges in the career progress. Obviously, if you're on PC, you won't have this yet, but some of you might be able to get it before GTA 6 comes out. The career progress tiers can be a real grind, with some much harder and longer than others, but it's all worth it in the end if you like crappy basic outfits for bragging rights, even though you'll probably never actually wear it unless you're making a video on it like me. And our last car to own on this list is a tuner vehicle, but specifically the Calio GTF. This is important because there are a load of different race types based around the Los Santos Tuners DLC that are only available to these tuner vehicles, like the street races and the pursuit races. And as the Calio is the fastest out of the lot, it is the obvious choice. This becomes even more important now during the auto shop robbery contracts, especially since getting your own Oppressor Mark II out of your garage is now patched out of the game. So of course, you want the best vehicle for those too.
This my shit. The Union Depository? This is the motherfucking big leagues now, y'all. Oh, I like the sound of that. Y'all in the car? Yo, she's saying you made it. And there's a fucking payment.
The Calio is based on a Toyota Celica from the late 80s and has a starting price of just under $1.5 million. Next up is the CEO office. There are 4 to choose from, ranging from $1 to $4 million depending on the location. Now you own one, you can start 4 ways to start making money. If you hate yourself, you can start grinding out the special cargo for your CEO crate warehouses. Or a much better option is to use the ownership of one to do the export goods task, where you just drive a truck to the docks for an easy $50,000 that you can make every 48 minutes. A very much overlooked business that can still make you a ton of cash is the vehicle warehouse, where just exporting one top range car can make you as much as $150,000 in only around 5 minutes of sourcing and then selling.
It's all or nothing on this one. The work wasn't cheap. Get the car to the buyer clean. This should be a payday, people.
And then there is the special works, where completion of each mission will unlock trade prices for some great vehicles, like the Phantom Wedge and the Ruiner 2000. These vehicles will then be stored in the basement of the aforementioned vehicle warehouse. And the last thing on this list of 13 more things every player must own is a high-end apartment. These will grant you access to start the best heist in the game, the apartment heist. Not only will you now be able to attempt the rock-solid elite challenges in the finales, but you can also earn a $10 million bonus if you complete the Criminal Mastermind Challenge, which is when you do all of these heists in order with the same team and without dying. You will then get some nice shiny platinum awards. So those are 30 more things every player must own in GTA Online. How many of these do you have? Let me know in the comments.